Hi everyone, welcome to day 22 of 21. Well, we overstepped the mark it seems, but there are a few reasons why I decided to have the stream today. First of all, I received some wonderful feedback from all of you yesterday. So many warm emails, so many people saying that it really helped them improve. So that was a great feeling. And secondly, I had a lot of games from the readers which I had analyzed and also not really shown in the stream. So I thought it might be a good idea to compile all of them today. So Alan Thomas says, I know you will give surprise. So I was waiting from 8 a.m. onwards. Okay, wonderful to know. Maybe a lot of people were not aware that this was going to happen today. So they may join in as the time goes by, but maybe they are also asleep. They haven't woken up yet. Well, we'll see. But right now, let's try to begin our day like usual with some uh, tactics. Yeah, so let's begin with some tactics, and it's a good idea to continue with some good habits that we have developed. And so here's the tactics server, and let's go to the next position. So this one is white to move. What would you play here? Shashank Mokashi, welcome. Also, Quest is here. Welcome to you. 8-year-old candidate master. Yeah, that's a good name. What's your name, but this is a nice position actually. So if you can calculate it entirely, that would be very nice. Welcome Sushil Mishra. Abdul Kalam, good to see you. Geeta, Dabra, Abhiev, Sodhi, Amin from Houston, Texas. Well, welcome Amin. So this position is white to move. You Suresh says, um, I want in Telugu. Well, interesting. I don't know Telugu, but maybe we'll find someone at some point to do it in Telugu. Quest, thanks for the stream. I was feeling. What were you feeling, Suman? Jean Daryl, welcome to the show. Nice to see you. Also, Shanks, I think a lot of people are joining in now. Technical support. Kushbu Varsya says knight f6. You mean Kushbu knight c6? Yeah, Shanks. Well, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, the main idea of today's stream is to share some of the games that I have analyzed, and also to discuss a few of the games that I have done. And thank you all for your wonderful mails that you sent. And yes, Kushal, I said I was going to take a rest, but the point is, like, it became such a habit to wake up at 6 that I was up today as well, and it was it was not easy to sleep for more time. Welcome, Shubham. Yeah, if knight c6, dc6, queen d8, king b7, that's an interesting variation. Yeah, Girish, welcome to the show. Nice to see you. We have today day 22 of 21. Noob gameplay. What's your answer? Can you write it down again? Uh, Manthan, if you play knight c6, dc6, bishop a6, then after bd6, I think it won't be a mate. Soham, yeah, as I mentioned, yeah, I want to share some of the game analysis that I did. So back here, good to see all of you. Welcome Ishir Narayan uh, to the show. Neetu Singh as well. And Shashank Mokashi says limit is just another number. Yes, Ankan Ghosh, you are absolutely right. That's very good. You are right on. This is not an easy position. Well, the first move is knight c6, and you must take. If king b7, there was knight d8. If king a8, maybe still knight d8 would be good, pretty strong in that sense. Um, but here it's a mate now. Check here, and how do you checkmate your opponent now? It's mate in 3. Yes, Honi, I did get your game. Uh, Arpit Kumar Singh, the Crow would be a grandmaster after 21 days. Today is not to be seen. What do you play here as white? Well, it seems a little bit quiet in the chat. Usually there would be a huge flow of messages. So now I can read all the messages and respond. Puneet, welcome. Yeah, Queen C8, 8 years old candidate master. That's right. Sanjay Shrestha, if you go bishop a6, he'll just take it. But yeah, queen c8 is the correct move. Check, and then a check and a mate. Although for me it was interesting to see if here to knight c6, could he go king a8? Was it a good move or was it not? Um, because I mean, I would love to take queen takes and queen d7, but then there is bd6. So not so simple. Maybe knight d8 is anyway the correct way to continue, but I'm not sure. I mean, Ashwin Subramaniam says Crow is probably the world chess champion amongst crows, having heard Sagar likely for years. Yeah. Well, I have to check whether it was the same guy coming every day or they sent someone new to learn each day. But yeah, I'm not so sure how to continue this position. I mean, I'm thinking about the possible moves. Uh, but knight e5 is also a possibility. um, I guess it's not a bad move. I can go there, but he can take fe, knight d1, ef6. That is possible. um, Yeah. So let's have a look here. What are the possibilities? Yeah, knight d8 is a good move. Queen e7, bishop f6, queen f6, and queen into d7. Yeah, this was perhaps the best way to continue the position. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one is white to move. Pretty easy. You must see all the way until mate. I want the entire variation until mate. Yeah, Devendra Maida, you are right. Sanchit S. What do you have to say? What should white play here? Welcome, Sumit. Good to see you. Kishore Hazarika. Yeah, just today morning I wrote an article on Vidit playing against the comedians. And yeah, they're doing great job to popularize chess. In fact, also spoke with Samay and uh, great work by them. It's Sanchit, you are right, but it's not a mate. The king can still go to f8, so it's not a mate. You need to write until the last move, till the end. Sumed, yes, the class was over, but it's usually like you always get something extra when you perform well. So I was very happy with how everyone did, and so I thought one more class would be good, especially because we can look at some of the games. Yes, Shanks is absolutely right. He has written the full line, and this is very impressive. Also, Ishir Narayanan, Ankan Ghosh, good job. So the right move is white to move, take here, sack your queen, give a check, then give another check, and yes, after king f8 to give a check here. Now king e8, give a check here, king d8, and it's a checkmate. So that was how you solve it. Also, 8-year-old candidate master, you are right. Pretty difficult name to take every time. Okay, this one is white to move. This one looks tricky. What do you do? Abdul Kalam, maybe yes, I've got your game. Perhaps we will be uh, looking at your game. And Shivain, welcome to the show. Well, today is would be the last day of this entire improve your chess idea, but we will soon have something different, maybe in a couple of days. That's what I was discussing with Amruta yesterday, and it's time to actually start another series. Could be something during the evening time. I think the better time would be somewhere around 7 or 8 p.m. because now everyone is working from home and morning time is not not ideal. um, but yeah, we will definitely plan something. Um, b5, bishop b5, knight b5, queen b5, queen e5. Very good, very interesting. But so you want to go bishop a7 or move the rook, but let's say I play queen c6, then maybe the rook is defended, there is no discovered check. Anyone else? Shanks has given an interesting welcome. Funny Verma to the show. Smile Studio. Yes, this would be the last class of this series because there are certain games which I would like to look. But overall, I think we'll have something in the evening. Shoham, morning is better for USA, but I guess even evening should be fine. Yeah, that would be your morning. So not so trivial. Yeah, this one is pretty difficult in this position. Yeah, Huang Lehui. Yes, yes, playing the Sicilian in the thumbnail. That's true. Okay, b5 looks definitely good. Bishop into b5. Now you see that rook on f6 is kind of in the air. Also, the bishop on b5 is a bit hanging in nature. So you need to combine all of these things together. But how you do that? That's the tricky part. Yeah, well, Shrutartha, not really sad or anything, just trying to think what should be done. B3, B3, but then he can even go bishop G8. Yeah, why bishop E6? B5, bishop B5, queen B5, queen E5. That's what everyone is saying. But I was thinking after queen C6, nothing much is happening as such. Yeah, doesn't look so good. Uh, Ankan Ghosh says b3, bishop g8, b5. But then I can go queen e6, right? I don't have to come to a5. Yeah, Arpit Kumar Singh, you are right. b5, bishop b5, knight d5 definitely looks possible. But then where should the rook go? Maybe rook g6 possibility, and then knight c7, rook c7, rook d8. So knight d5, he may go back rook, but where to go with the rook? That's also a question. So yeah, I think b5, bishop b5, knight d5. Ah, it's not the strong move. Okay, b3 then. Bishop f7. Interesting. Hmm. b5 perhaps. Yeah, somehow just don't understand. For example, queen e6 now. Doesn't look so simple, does it? For example, I can go king b2, rook a1. Yeah, looks decent for sure, but maybe not the best. Yeah, queen e6, b6 is coming, but is b6 the end of the world? I mean, you don't even have a threat. Knight b5 is a possibility, but I can play queen c6 perhaps. Yeah, it's true that white has good compensation, but it's not very clear as such. Okay, so let's go for one last position before we move to the games. This one is black to move. This looks pretty easy, yeah, because the board is open. But in such positions, you often have to be very accurate because one mistake and black gets a lot of counterplay. Yeah, queen b4 a3. Yeah, true. Well, today all those who are late, it's not like it's not like your fault because you didn't know the class was happening today. Uh, Queen e6, queen a4 wins, says Ashwin. Yeah, true. Queen a4. Yes, it's correct. I think you are absolutely right. Queen a4 with the idea of queen a7, and that's true. Well, Siddharth is also here. Very nice to see. Bishop e4, king c1, queen a1, king d2, queen b2. It's a mate. And what if bishop e4? He goes king b3. That's also possible. Queen d3, says Sumit, but queen d3, king b2. You need to look at all possibilities here. Queen a4 is also possible. Queen, maybe bishop e4, king b3 is the correct move. Now the question is, where do you go with the king? With your queen, or what do you do next? I guess knight d3 is an option, but then queen to c3. Yeah, Shanks, you are right, but now king b3. What do you do now? Knight d3, queen c3, knight c5. That looks pretty good. And then you can even exchange the queens and take on e6 with a winning position. Yeah, sounds good. Check and you win. Okay, good. So let's look at few of the games that were sent to me, and I don't know if they will be here right now today, but anyway, I wanted to show them to you so that you can have a look at them. This is Genius 1998 versus Ezreal Nottingham, and I don't know the real name, but I think it was White who sent the game to me. And my question to you is, how do you assess this position? Who do you think is better? Is White better or Black? That's the question. Who do you think is better in this position? White or Black? And what are the imbalances? What are the imbalances in this position and who do you think is doing well? Well, White is Genius 1998, Black is Ezreal Nottingham. Not sure who they are. Black is better, says Harinanda. Okay. It's very interesting to see how things are different. Bhoot Ankit says equal. Sumed Ramteke says Black has the initiative. Okay. Interesting. Black is better, says Shobhit. Agastya Day says black is better developed. I think one of the things that we have been able to break is sort of people have this closeness towards static factors. So they say these pawns are weak, they are doubled, they don't look good, white is better. But actually, with these sessions and the imbalances, I think you have understood that often little dynamic things are also very important, like the bishop pair here, and also the fact that black is developed makes the game very interesting. But you shouldn't completely forget about these weaknesses. So in a way you can say that black's bishop pair and development balance out his pawn structure weaknesses, and it turns out that black is pretty decent in this position, and it should be around equal. So castle was a fine move. Black also castled. But now I think white's move bishop e3 is something that I dislike. I understand that you want to exchange the bishops when your opponent has the bishop pair, you want to exchange it. But in the process, you are spoiling your structure as well, which is absolutely not required. Why don't you just, play queen e2? I think that was a fine move. Next move, you can go knight c3, try to pick up this pawn, and also bishop e3. So I would definitely say this would have been the right way to continue, and the position is around even, which I'm very happy that all of you could get it. Now, this game is by Virinci Vadali. Uh, Very nice game. And Virinci had been to the classes almost every day. White player is Vemparla Bhargav, and they reached a very interesting position somewhere around here. So White's last move was bishop e4, and then after cb there was a mate threatened, and he played king b2. So now black to move. What would you play? Virinci actually thought for a long time here before making his next move. So black to move. By the way, Soham Shirode says equal plus. That's not a bad assessment. In the last position, also Abdul Kalam says the same thing. Sanchit S as well. Uh, yeah, pretty good. All of you were pretty right. I mean, I was thinking everyone would say white is better because of the doubled pawns and isolated pawn. But that's not what happened. Good. Prathamesh, well, I think I had a small glitch there, but hopefully it is resolved now. Um, we won't face issues. So black to move here. What should black play? Yeah, bishop a3. That looks like a fine move here. Bishop goes to a3. And then after king a1, which is the only move, b2, correct Shanks, king a2, bishop c5, and yes, black wins. In fact, there's also another way to play which is much more complicated, which is check on a3 with the queen. And now if king a1, there is a mate. So king has to go to c3. Now b into c2. If king takes, then you lose the queen. And if you play king d2, there is cd, rook d1, and bishop b3. This is a little bit more complex. You kind of avoid the queen exchange, and next move you enter in with the bishops. So that's how you get a good position. Okay, so seeing all of this, Virinci's opponent decided to take on b3 with the pawn. So now, What do you do? Yeah, Honi, you are right. Now it's not so simple. You have to be accurate, but you also have the rook still in the game, so that gives you another attacking piece. And in such positions, it's very important to calculate accurately, because if the king starts running away here, it might well become very difficult for white to win. Yeah, queen a3 or bishop a3, that's the question. If you play bishop a3, that was played in the game, then after king into a2, you have bishop c1, at least winning the queen. Uh, but if you go king a1, now this is what happened in the game. And then bishop c1 was played, and then queen e2 was a blunder, because if he would have taken here on c1, then this is a checkmate on a2. But you can play queen f2, which is a strong move. Bishop b3, king b1, bishop into d1, bishop a8, with not so sure, I mean this is maybe a draw because of perpetual check. So queen e2 was a mistake, because after bb3 bd1, queen is attacked, and after rook d1 rook c8, black managed to win this game with ease. But I think it was much better, instead of bishop a3, to play queen a3, as you have rightly pointed out. And now the question is where to go with the king. So if king c3, now comes bishop into b3. This is a very nice move. The idea is to play bishop c4, then attack the queen. So you go king d2 and then bishop b4 check. So king c3, bishop b3, rook a1, bishop b4, king d3, and bishop c4, and black wins. So this was a very nice game by Virinci, who attacked very well. And it also shows that when you are aggressive, you need to calculate really well. That is extremely important. Okay, let's look at a game by Saurish 47. This was sent by Saurish in the class. And this is white to move. How should white finish off the game? Try to be accurate in your calculations here. White to move. Yeah, rook h7. Yes, that's right. But then can you calculate till the end? King h7, queen h5, and then where do you go? King g7 or king g8. For example, king g7, queen h6 is strong, but if king g8, what do you do? Rook h7. We have Ilam Parthi here, who says rook h7, king h7, queen h5, king g8, bg6, queen e7, rook h1, queen g7, bishop h6. Yeah, this was exactly the line that I was thinking about. So take here, check, king g8. In the game, actually king g7 was played, when after queen h6, rook h1, this was a pretty mate. But you go king g8, then bishop g6, queen e7, rook h1, nice move threatening a mate, queen g7, and now bishop h6. with a devastating attack. Okay, nice game by Saurish here, who finished it off with a flourish. Harsh Raghuvanshi, I think we had a look at your game once. That was against Niranjan Nawalgund. We did look at the opening, if you remember. Um, we also looked at Devarsh's game, and well, I have some interesting games here, which is Abhishek Chauhan. This game is Abhishek Chauhan has sent, and this is between him and Fred Booten. So, white to move here. What would you play here as white? Funny Verma says thanks to Chessbase India for giving their best to promote chess in India and providing the financial support to needy chess players and encouraging budding talents and chess classes to all of us. Thank you, Funny Verma, for mentioning this. Very kind of you. Um Well, if black didn't accept the rook, well, it rook at 7 anyway was strong move there. Um so, white to move here, and how did white continue? Yes, Ilam Parthi, you are absolutely right. The point is to see that in such a position, often we have seen exchanging pieces and leaving yourself with the right minor piece could be a good idea. So we also have Onkar Jadhav here, who's a well-known chess trainer from Nashik. In fact, we have a video with him where he speaks about all the Yusupo book series and how he works with them as a trainer. So, Onkar, good to have you here. Shrishti Chede says, I'm late not knowing about the session. Well, it's a session where I just wanted to show you all the games that you had sent me. So, I was not expecting everyone to be live here, and I just wanted that you see them because you took so much effort to mail me those games. I analyzed them and I wanted to share them with you. Incredible Apple Cross, welcome to the show. Uh, and the right move is, as all of you have rightly pointed out, uh, Reshu Jain, Prathamesh Divekar, Preet Mahatre, Uday Pai Deti, Saumya Mahesh, Sanchit S, Hari Nanda, Rafael Jonathan, no, that he didn't suggest moves. Um, yeah, the right move is takes. Take on G6, take on G6, Bishop F6, Gf6, and knight d4. And here what happened is you exchanged two pieces, but you are left with a superior knight as compared to a bad bishop, and this is completely winning for white. And Abhishek Chauhan did manage to win, and this entire exchange sequence was very good. I liked it a lot. Now I have a game by Nishchal Chess Library. In fact, Nishchal is if what's his name? Arts and Craft Gaming. That's what his name is. Well, Sumit, why do you want to keep the queens? Because after the queen exchange, it's just very easy. Like you take on fg6, take on f6, play knight d4, you can go f4 king f2 and put your knight on e6, and black is really very passive, black can't do anything. So that's the reason why I think what Abhishek Chauhan did in that game was very nice. um, Salini Raj says, I didn't know there's a live stream again after 21 days. This must be considered as season 2 or new year. I would not consider this as a season 2. I would rather consider this as an extra session. Like, let's say if you ordered one large pizza, you got French fries free or garlic bread free, something like that. Yeah. So, um, yeah, arts and stuff, that's what you. And he wrote this entire game, he wrote and he sent on a notepad, and it was amazing. Then later on he managed to send it in pgn. So he's black here. He's playing against a 2200 player online. How did black continue in this position? SVCB says, I'm seeing your teaching again, though you didn't read my comments for 21 days, but I love learning, and that's the main reason we are here. I'm so happy to hear the lecture. Very nice. I'm very sorry if I missed your comments. That was not the intention. It's black to move here. What should black play? And believe me, if you put the imbalances to use, you can find the right move in a jiffy here. Very simple. What should black play? Yeah, Ilam Parthi, you are right. I like your answer very much. In fact, he goes deeper than just one move. I'm looking here at one move itself. Reshu Jain, very good. Agastya Day. Also tell me why would you play that move? What's the reason? Vaibhav Mazumdar, I don't like your move so much. It weakens the d5 square if you play c5. And it's a little bit of a mindless move because after I just move the bishop, what do you do next? Arun B, you are a doctor by profession and you're not improving well. Important is to check out all the videos that have been made in this series. I think it will be very useful for you. Uh, Prathamesh Divekar, Sumed Ramteke, no, I don't think C5 is right. Angel Manyar is correct. Harinanda is right. Ian Sabarwal says many people are not here because they are not aware of the extra garlic bread session. Well, the idea was to record it and then they could replay it later. So that's why I didn't publicize it. Of course, when we begin the next season, which would be season 2 with a new kind of thin crust pizza or something, we will publicize it well so people would know. Yes, Shri Kumar, that's right. Bishop c5 to trade. When your opponent has the double bishops, you must try to trade it, and bishop c5 was a very good move in this position, which gives black an equal position. He played a5, which was not a bad move, and after rook d1, he did go bishop c5, and he managed to win the game later on. Okay. Bhargav says I played with Virinci. Okay, so you were white in that game. Wonderful. But it was a nice game that was played. This one is Nathiat 10. Send the game. Nathiat 10. And in this game, I want to ask you who is better here and what should be white's move. Who do you think is better? Black's last move was rook e8. But who is better? Yeah, Abdul Kalam, I think I received your game. I will check it out later. Pankaj Panchal, I came 40 minutes late. Why didn't you tell that I'm going to do the class? Well, it was supposed to be just a class where I discuss all of the games. And I wasn't sure, but I said I have so much material still left and I would do it. So sorry for that. Yeah, Smile Studio, I like your move. Also, Uday Paideti is right. Reshma Dulgaj, you are correct. You're correct. Saurav Banerjee is also here and says white is better. By the way, to all of you who are here, how do you realize that the session has begun? Do you get an update? Do you see it somewhere from YouTube? How do you know that the session is going on? Harinanda, it's equal. Harinanda, did you count the material? Jan Daryl says white is better, f4 and e4. Correct. White is better due to material advantage, says Ilamparthi. Hemant Justin, Good morning, welcome uh, to the show. And now it seems like everyone is here and the answers are flowing. For the first few minutes, it seemed like there were very few answers coming in. Not many people knew, but now, yeah, you get a notification, so you know that it's going on. Okay, Rishila, welcome. Siddesh Pednekar says intuition. Okay, nice. Well, so all those who haven't but the thing is, you receive notification on the phone like at 9 a.m. or is it at 9:40? Because many of you joined little late. So maybe you checked your phone, let's say after some time, and you saw it late. Yeah. Okay. So e4 is the correct move here. Basically, when you are ahead in material, it makes sense to play the natural moves as e4, f4. You will see that in this game, Nathia 10 started to play a bit passively, like queen d3, then bd7, rook e1. This is basically when you are ahead in material, you shouldn't play so passively. And it turns out that after a point, um, black was doing okay, but here black had a very strong move, very tough move actually to find, and I would say this is a very high level position, but still I would like you to try it out. White to move, black to move. What should black play here? What should black play? It's a tough one. Yeah, bishop f2, correct, Reshma. But can you calculate? Kushal Chess says before the next live season ends, you will have 300K subscribers. Yeah, it seems like the number of subscribers are growing rapidly for Chess Base India, and yeah, the aim is that by this year end we should reach 500,000 subscribers. Hopefully, we'll manage to do that. Um, Pankaj Panchal says, I came to watch Agan Matar and saw Learn with Sagar Shah day 22/21. I'm blown away and immediately clicked on the video. Very nice. Uh, Bishop f2, King f2, ng4. Okay. King g1, bd5, queen d5, queen b6, king f1, queen f2 mate. Very nice. Very nice try, Prathamesh Divekar. So first you take on f2, bishop b6, sniper ghost. This is what was played in the game. And then after b5, bd5, ed5, uh, somehow black lost, white was better, but you can take directly here, and after king f2 first take on d5. I like this move. The point is that after takes you play knight g4, and now there are two moves, king f3, king f1, three moves, and king g1. Let's look at first king g1 because that's the easiest. You go queen b6 check, and now there's a check. So if he plays bishop e3, you win material basically. If he plays king h1, king f1, there is a mate, and if he goes king h1, then you go check, 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 and what's the winning move? I always like to ask this question. Black to move, how to finish the game? Black to move, how should you win? Very nice position. Yes, Pranay Garg, you are right. The first one to give it. And this is always a pretty mate, no matter if you become the world champion or you just begun chess. Just a great feeling to smother mate your opponent. So king g1 is bad. If you go king f3, which looks wrong, but still takes, check, king here, now king f3, check, queen b6, bishop e3 is the only move. Yeah, you can't go, these two squares are controlled. And then after knight g4, king f3, knight e5, you win material again. So knight e5 check, and you win the queen with a winning position. um, King f1 little bit trickier, but I think even here queen b6 is very strong. So just this entire combination with bishop f2 and bd5 followed by knight g4 and queen b6 was very nice. Nathiait, I hope that you learned from this example and that you will be more uh, free when you are ahead in material. Don't be too bogged down playing carefully. Try to be free when you win, when you are playing, when you are in a better position. Okay, let's look at one more. This is by Prathamesh Divekar. He's here and he played the last move c5. What do you think here? Who has the better position? What should black play? um Black to move. Yeah, a lot of you sent your feedback. I'm just working on it, and I will be publishing it soon on Chessbase India. Payal Panda, welcome. Dandapani Kuppuswamy, welcome to the show. Here, black to move. What do you do? Vipan Kumar says, I came from duty and my wife told me today you don't have class. And suddenly I checked day 22 information and I left breakfast. Well, I hope to complete this class sooner today so that you can go back to your breakfast, Vipan. But very nice of you. B6, Pankaj Panchal, very good. Reshu Jain as well. Shanks F6, very good. All of you are trying to fight back in the game. Queen H4 was played and Queen D8, which was bad, and Prathamesh managed to win this game. But B6, what's your assessment after the move B6? Do you think that black is better after this or white is still better? Isolated Pawn says, you look so tired, Sagar, but you deserve a break for some days. Well, I will take a break. uh, B6, I mean, in general, if white takes here, then after AB6 I think black is okay. He's gained back space, he will push C5. But so white must play B4, correct? And usually the normal way in such positions is to see whether this rook on a1 is defended or not. If the rook on a1 is not defended, then a5 is a strong move, because now you can't play a3 and hold on to this structure, because rook takes and the rook is hanging. Yeah. Ilamparthi and Agastya Day say white is slightly better, but actually it's white is clearly better. The reason being that after b6, b4, a5, you have to spot a very strong move here for white, which is Abdul Kalam rightly points out white has better minor pieces, space, pawn structure, so white is better. Main is the space here. White has so much space, and here black is trying to fight back on that space. So how should white get a good position here? This is the move which gives white a clear advantage here. Not bishop a3. That would be not a good move. Say you go bishop a3. I take here. Already, you are in trouble. In some ways, black is coming out quickly. Also, f4 is hanging, so I don't need to play that. Yeah, Jean Daryl Batula, you are absolutely right. Very well done. You are the first one to spot it. Also, Reshu Jain, Kushal Chess, that after a5, white has the powerful move knight a4, keeping his space. If he takes here, you take with the pawn and everything is intact, no problem. And if he takes a b4, you go knight b6, and once again, white is better. So, this is the reason why I feel it was important to analyze b6, because if this move works, it's good. f6 anyway is not going to help too much right now. I'll just go bishop d3. The point is that fe will be met with fe back, and white will get a good position, has space, and has a good position here. Okay, so moving on, let's go to the next position. I think Prathamesh, you won a nice game here. This one is by, yeah, we have already seen this. This was by Karan, and okay, this next game is by Vipan. I think Vipan versus Ankit. And Vipan, are you the same one who just right now left the breakfast? This is Vipan versus Ankit Gajwa. This is the position with white to move. What should white play here? What should white do here in this position? Ah, you mean if I go bishop d3, then fe, queen h4, and d4 is hanging. No, but then I have bishop g6 check, and I'm okay. So maybe not. Shank says I had breakfast on the table and forgot about it since 15 minutes while watching the stream. Okay, Vipan is playing with the white pieces here against Ankit Gajwa. Ankit is a strong player from Madhya Pradesh. We had also called him once the Mikhail Tal of Madhya Pradesh because he attacks so well. And here white has a nice position. In fact, Vipan has a good position. What should he do here? That is the question. And actually, this is a very nice one. Rook f6. mm, possible, but rook f6, if I take, um, let's say rook into f6, do you think it will help? Like, for example, rook into f6, rook into f6, and now I guess you want to play bishop b2. Uh, Let me see. What are my possibilities here? I am looking at h6, trying to push away your knight. Let's say you play knight h7. Looks okay. Take, take on f6, and I play bishop e6. And I think black has equalized here. Black has no problems. So definitely it's not so simple that you want to play um, rook into f6. There's something better here actually. Something better. Parth Kannani says I was late today, so I watched it with 2x speed from the start, and now I reached the live. You can always see it again when it is saved. Um, you see, rook f6, it looks very natural, but here it's important to kind of um, play the move h4. I was, very much surprised when I saw this h4, or even if you think about it, knight h3. The point of this move is that black wants to actually play somehow get his bishop here on e6, get his bishop out in the position. So if you look here in the game he played knight e6, what really happened is that after this, in fact here rook f c8, and black is doing absolutely fine, rook a b8 attacks here. So the important thing to do here was not to exchange pieces, but to either go h4 and then come back like this to exchange the knights, so that this bishop just cannot develop easily, and then this is hanging. Also bishop takes won't work because of bb2 check. And even knight h3, if you take, I like this position for white. He has a dominating rook, he's attacking c6, he can join in with his rook. And so it's all about concretely what your opponent wants to do. Opponent wants to develop his bishop, I will stop him from doing that. You can see in the game after knight e6 takes, all of black's problems were solved. Rook c8 was better, but here black really had no issues. And I think later on the game ended in a draw perhaps, or maybe black won. But yeah, it was important to not allow the development. Okay, I think that were a few games. I have this game by Alpesh Jadhav. um, Again, a very interesting game here. Castles, bishop h6, c5, take d5, and here was played knight d7. I think that overall, whether you want the knight here or whether you want to put it here is still an open question. So you could first start with e6. This is always a good idea when the king is in the center. Open up the position. He played knight d7, knight f3, knight e5, takes, bishop e2, and e6. What should white play here? White to move. What would you play here as white? Yeah, I think it is Vipan who is called Badshah, maybe Vipan Badshah, but I'm not so sure about his second name. Is it Vipan Badshah or Vipan Kumar? Yes, Reshu Jain, you are right. It's very important to understand that this bishop wants to free itself. Black wants to take and somehow try to get more space, and so d6 is definitely a good move here, blocking everything down. Then next move you can castle and play h4 and just launch an attack. That would lead to a good position. Very good, guys. You have become so strong in the last 21 days. I cannot believe it. um, I remember on the first day, everyone was suggesting certain moves which were not very good, but now it's like everyone says the best moves. Okay, this one is a game between Krish and Vova Danilov, Krish 118. And I want to give you this position to tell you one important tactical theme. How do you learn tactics? Usually, this is black to move. You learn tactics in a way where you practice and learn. Basically, it's not like revising something. But if you know certain themes, they really help you. Like black to move here, what would you play in such a position? How should black win? Shrutartha Maiti says, but not stronger than me. Well, in general, I don't know how strong you guys have become, and you would never face me because I don't play anymore, so we would never know whether you're stronger than me or not. Uh, so black to move, what do you do? Saurav, thank you for your kind wishes to the teacher. Yes, absolutely right. You know, when such a position is given, you can either calculate like, okay, bishop h2, he has to go here, then check, he has to go here, check, then he has to go here, and mate. But what I would say usually in such a position is that, is the f2 square guarded or not? This is what I will see. Why? Because after bishop takes king h1 bg3, the f2 square is where the action is going to take place. So if the f2 square is not guarded, then it's a mate. But if f2 is guarded, so the last move was knight f5. But if I realize that it's a mate there, then I may try rook e2, but it doesn't work because of take and mate here this way. So you may start thinking about queen e3. The point being, after check here, it's not a mate. The f2 square is controlled, and this is how I would say learning tactics is very useful. Of course, here it's still winning for black. You know, he can go rook b8, rook c e8, but still, if you see that the f2 square is undefended, you will get the answer to such position. So some kind of patterns and some rules can be kept in your mind for such positions, you know, such tactical positions. Okay. um yeah, this one. Do I have any more games from you? I think I did have some. Akshit Bhatia. Akshit played a very good game to beat Anuksara Datta in this game, and his position was here. He played the move h5. Anukarsa Datta played h5 in this position. So black to move. What would you play here as black? Sorry, white to move. What would you play here as white? What should white play here? You see, black has more space in this position. And how should white continue? Try to think of the imbalances. I'm going to ask you to do that in your mind, so that make sure you calculate, okay, minor pieces look right now nothing special, but this is a bad bishop here. Then secondly, white has a lead in development that looks like the most important one. Black is behind in development. Black has more space. And when you say all of these, you realize that you have to do something now immediately, and you say a4, and then you see b4 is coming. So what do you do to b4 now? Black to play, white to play, sorry, white to move. After b4, what do you do? Yes, very good move by Rahul Gupta. Excellent job. Practical thinking. Sanchit S. Excellent job, guys. Reshu Jain, Saurav Banerjee, Devarsh, Reshma Dulgaj, Jan Daryl. You see, now the moves just come naturally to you. You understand ahead in development, open up things. B3. It's going to be a kind of rough fight on these four squares, but at the end of it, you are going to come out on top, because your development, just for example, something like this is just amazing, flawless. In fact, I would even throw in the check first, perhaps, before picking up the pawn. So b3, very good. Also bishop a3 can come out some point. Great, excellent. Let's look at one more game. This is by Niranjan Varyar. And in this position, actually, Niranjan was white, and he played the move knight to b3. The question to you is, What is the assessment of this position, and who do you think is better? And is knight b3 a good move or not a good move? This is a question to you. Niranjan Varyar is white against Master of Mayhem. I know Niranjan often is watching these streams. I don't know if he is um, if he is online today. Welcome Aditya Ramnathan. You have come here today with your father's account, not with your own, so can understand. White to move. White is Niranjan Varyar. White is better, says Funny Verma. Why? Can you tell me, Reshu Jain? Why do you think also Saurav Sudevan? Why do you think white is better? Agastya Day says white is slightly better, but NB3 is so passive. I agree. I agree with you. White is better, but NB3 is not a good move. When ahead in development, don't exchange. Okay, good point. Good point. We'll remember this, Uday Paideti. Anjanaya Fatak is here. Maybe Anjanaya, this is the first time you are live. Yeah, I don't remember seeing you in any of the streams. Queen F3 followed by Rook D1 seems to be better for white. Very good. White is ahead in development. Plus equal. Need to take the initiative, says SV Sibi. Yes, absolutely right, SV. Jan Darrell says white has lead in development, so queen e2 with the idea of rook a d1. Very good, very good. This is so promising, you guys are just too good. Everything that I wanted to say about this position, you said it. Queen e2, also queen f3, as was pointed out by forgot the name. Uh, well, this was also a good move, but queen e2 was the correct move. Also here, the point is not to exchange the queen and to get the rook on d1. Yeah, queen f3 by Anjanaya Fatak was also a good move. Um, well, queen f3, queen g4. Not so sure if you want to exchange queens by giving up another tempo. But yeah, you are right. Maybe queen e2 is more accurate to play. Good point, Shanks. Um, and now rook. So in the game, knight b3 was played, and then this queen exchange then just simply meant that black had no issues. In fact, he started getting better and eventually won the game. So Niranjan, remember, when ahead in development, you must not exchange your pieces. Okay. Uh, which game should we look at now? I think there was this. Maybe I have looked at almost all of them. I don't know if Abdul Kalam says he has sent his game, although I don't see it here. Maybe I have it in my inbox, Abdul. Um, Let me have a look. But before that, let me just give a position here so that you guys can think of it here. This is white to move in this position. What would you play here with white? White to move. And this is Arshin Sikka versus Rupesh Ramchandran. I think Rupesh has sent in this game. This is white to move. He did not play the best move here. Ah, so Abdul Kalam, you sent me a Chess link. So let me just see if I can pull up that game. and try to analyze it real time. Perhaps that could be interesting. But let's have a look if someone solved this one first. Very simple, actually, this one. Um, yes, yeah, Ilam Parthi, you are right. Also, Funny Verma, Saurav Banerjee is right. Smile Studio, Yash Gore Origami, Rishila Banerjee. Shank says Arshin Sikka is from my school. Okay, very nice. Rahul Gupta, Reshu Jain, you are all right. The right move is knight to g5. And you see, this diagonal is very important, and the knight removes the bishop from there. And then you give a check. And as you already know, has to give up, and you are an exchange up. If he goes king g8, this would be very nice, Every oops again, all right. Give the queen. I can't give the queen. Sorry, because knight g8. So I must maybe take a pawn or something like knight d6 and win the game. Yeah, okay. My bad. So knight g5 was strong, and to end today, I'm going to have you look at the game by sent to us by Abdul Kalam. And Abdul Kalam is black. So I'm going to show you how I look at a game. e5, not the most common way, but okay. Bishop e6, castles, everything looks fine until now. Rook c8, bishop b2, queen c7. I would put in a6, which was played, knight e3, knight d4, knight d5, bishop d5, cd. Woo, queen c1, amazing. Okay, take. Yeah, queen d2 is kind of forced. What happens if I go queen d3? Is this such a bad move? Queen d3. Maybe Abdul Kalam had prepared. What do you think he prepared here? So this is how you kind of go over the games and find something interesting. Um, so black to move. What should black play here? Yes, Kushal chess. You're absolutely right. That works perfectly, and I think you're the first one. Omkar Chakradev says, thank you for retweeting my video. Well, Omkar made a video on a good game by Gary Kasparov in um, it was his birthday in Marathi, and I've always been a very close follower of Omkar's videos in Marathi because there are very few people who do stuff in Marathi, and really that's very nice of him what he does. Aditya Golatkar, if you want to send your game, please do send it at chessbaseindia@gmail.com. Well, rook f c8 is good, Atul, but I think rook c3 is just very clean, right? I mean, you just win a pawn on e4 and it's just better. By the way, a big thanks to Funny Verma for contributing 200 rupees. Very kind of you. I was not thinking of doing any fundraising today, but well, your contribution has made it very nice. Yeah, queen d2 now, just take on e4. In the game, queen d2 was played. He took queen b2, rook c8. Very nice game, Abdul Kalam. Like the way you were able to use your pieces here, the knights and the queens, a knight and the bishop and the rook, all dominating it completely. You can't take this knight because of rook c1. So queen d4, check, and at the end it turns out that black is winning. Very good. Abdul Kalam, I'm sure you could have finished off the game a little bit sooner somewhere, but this was very pretty. where you took bishop d5. So maybe knight d5 was not such a great idea. Yes, maybe this knight to d5 was better. And then you take, and then you take like this, because if you play this knight and then you sorry, bishop d5 and ed, even this might seem like a better way. So definitely there was a tactical error, but a very good game. Okay, so good guys, thank you so much for today's session. The main aim was to actually show you some of the games that you have played and to also analyze it with the help of imbalances. But what I really liked today in the class, there were not so many people, the chat was manageable. I realized that all of you who attended the sessions carefully for 21 days actually have got a very good grasp of things. Like whenever I asked a question, you knew exactly what is to be done. You needed to open the position, you needed to exchange the bishops, you needed to sort of look at some tactics, calculate things. And what I feel is that if you continue working on your chess, try to solve some positions, try to work on tactics. Also, I will be making some videos and coming live very soon in a couple of days again. I think in the evening around 7:38 p.m. That would be a good time. That's when I think you guys should continue working on chess and play tournaments when they begin. Right now, play online events. uh, Register for the last chess base india event on Saturday. That would be nice practice for you because many gms play there, many ims play there. But apart from that, be ready, get yourself ready for the tournaments that will come up, because I think we build up a very good base here where you are thinking very well. And usually to get into good form is not easy, but you all have managed to do that. So a big congratulations to you, and a big thanks to everyone who sent in their feedback at chessbaseindia@gmail.com. I'll be soon publishing it. It was very heartening to see everyone loved it. It's also one of the reasons why I want to come back live very soon, because you all enjoyed it and learned something from it, and I would like it to keep going. Okay. Yeah, Vicky M, maybe theoretical endgames is not a bad idea to start learning some pawn endgames, rook endgames, and maybe make it more interesting because they are often quite dull. Um, Omkar Bharate says, I'm chartered accountant from Pune, also chess player. I follow Chess Base India from its beginning. Chess Base India is doing good. Omkar Bharate, thank you. Being a CA, wonderful. I hope that your work is going well from home. My father, being a CA, has found it difficult at the start to work from home, but now he's adjusted himself and has begun working almost full fledged. Mitesh Borkhetaria said, I defeated Divya Deshmukh in online tournament. Good to know. Good to know. You guys can actually beat just about anyone, so believe in yourself. Also, Aditya Ramnathan says, I'm going to play on Saturday. Very good, Aditya. I will see you there. Ragini Ramnathan says, I didn't know that there was class today. Please let us know if the class is there tomorrow. Tomorrow, not in the morning, but I will say in a couple of days, I'll make an announcement this time. Today, I just wanted to revisit some of the games that you had sent me. So I was not expecting more than say 20, 30 people to be live, but turns out 150 odd people did join in and all of you came. So very nice to see you all. Um, and yeah, a baker's dozen is 13, Sagar's 21 is 22. That's what Ashwin says. Yeah, as I said, yeah, today's class was more like these extra garlic bread, or you can say French fries along with the pizza. We'll be back with a new sort of session um very soon. This time, I think it would be end games. I'm also asking Amruta if she would like to join me, and she has shown certain interest. So maybe I won't be alone next time when the live sessions are there, but we'll have to wait and watch for a couple of days. Till then, take care and see you. Bye. Yeah, Sanchit, as yesterday's contribution will be updated on the website. I was just doing it today morning, and it will be up very soon. And also, Anjanaya Fatak says, I'm crying for the lockdown to shut so I can get my chess books. Yes, we also want to send you your books, Anjanaya. You've already reviewed a book, Attack and Defense, on Chess Base India. So we hope you get your book soon. Advait Vibhute, next online tournament is on Saturday. So please, um, if you like it, you need a chess based premium account to participate in it. You can get one and play it for free. Um, Vimal Dave says, today I was feeling like Mere Karan Arjun aayenge. Very nice comments. Um, well, let's meet soon. Not tomorrow morning for sure. I won't surprise you, but very soon. I think evenings will be when we'll be doing it henceforth. Okay. Take care and see you. Goodbye. By the way, one very important thing on Sunday. That is, I think on 19th, we are going to get Gayatri Vartak, who is a national level badminton player and also a sports psychologist, very famous one, works with many top chess players on our channel to talk about importance of psychology in chess. So I would like all of you to be present there and to ask her questions, to learn from her. It will be at 6 p.m. on Sunday. I'll be making further announcements on that front on our social media, website, everywhere. But do join in. She is really a very, very learned and capable sports psychologist, and it would be very nice to learn from her a few things about psychology. Okay, bye bye. See you.